welcome back to Waste Some Time with Jason Green. It is Wednesday. That means we are live. I feel like it's been about 2 months since the haircutting show we did at Get a Haircut. The hair you're looking at today, this is Johnny Monaco's artistic styling. I will say that I have not done anything to it. What you see is what you get. This is out of the bed hair, if you will. So anyway, but we're back live. We got a lot to talk about. We were at the Get a Haircut here in Las Vegas. We didn't have as much time to talk about show things. I will tell you that in today's show, we are going to review the new Universal Studios movie, Renfield. I'm not much of a critic myself. In fact, I think most critics are stupid, and I think people who review movies are usually stupid too. Who really cares what idiots think about a movie? How do we know that because this idiot liked it, another idiot will like it? My first job in the entertainment business was working for a guy named Geraldo Rivera. He is a Puerto Rican Jew, like Juan Epstein. But he told me critics are frustrated underachievers who cannot create for themselves. Therefore, they spend their lives tearing down the work of others. And if you're in the music business or any kind of business, actually, there's always someone who will tell you how you can do it better or what you should be doing. At times, it's ridiculous. So, like I said, only an idiot would follow people's opinions on a movie. With that said, John and I review Renfield right after that. Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Nobody out there to waste time with you. All right, I am happy to be here with everybody. The Yankees won, so it's already a good day. Going to talk a little bit. I always try to make a phone call or get something done right before the show, and then I realize it may take longer than I have time. I know it sounds like I'm name dropping, but I was on the phone with Tammy Down from Faster Pussycat. We haven't spoken in a while, but boy, Tammy had a lot to tell me, and I sort of felt like we were wasting the interview. He was giving me the interview, and he's got a lot going on in his life, and he's got a great story. He is working on a book, and he's trying to remember everything that's happened in his life. But so anyway, we're having a great talk, and I didn't want to get off the phone, but you, my audience, awaits, and Johnny Monaco as well. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going on the show, and then I'm going to bring Johnny in, and we're going to talk. Spike from the Choir Boys was scheduled to be on the show. A few days before the interview, he told me that they had a family emergency, and for those who knew or are just finding out, the original guitar player of the Choir Boys, Guy Bailey, who co-wrote all the songs with Spike, has passed away, and so he wasn't able to do it. We're going to postpone, and obviously our best to everyone, and families and friends, all those things that you have to say that unfortunately don't bring a person back. But anyway, so Spike will reschedule. Also, who else? Richie Ramone, we had to reschedule, but he will be here. We're trying to work it out. He's been traveling. And my good friend Kip Winger, who's been on 4,000 interviews combined. They all get less than what my channel gets. I suppose he's saving the best for last, because right now he might as well just open his window and yell out about Winger 7, the new album, and he could probably reach more people. But Frontiers Records likes to have everybody talk a lot. So anyway, he'll be here. This Friday, you're going to see a brand new interview. Maybe it'll be Simon Daniels of Autograph. Maybe it'll be Lee Aaron, Canadian superstar. Also coming up, Ted Poley from Danger is going to be here. I had a great conversation with Yerky69 of the 69 Eyes. If you guys are into Finnish rock or into Typo Negative or Misfits or The Cult, they have that kind of sound. They're a great band. I'm talking about them like they're new. They've been around for over 30 years and have kept the same lineup. They are known as the Helsinki Vampires. Stacy Q interview is one of the more interesting ones I've done. That one's coming up. Steve Riley from Riley's LA Guns coming up, and Stephen Piercy with some major news will be coming up soon. And so I wanted you to know those things. I also wanted you guys to know about the new YouTube members section. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but you can become a member of the channel if you don't like Patreon. So if you wanted to, you can go into the description and you click on Patreon, and there you will receive a little care package, some of my guitar picks, and other things like that. I'm a little backed up on shipping that shit, but you'll get it. And you get to watch all the interviews first. Well, now, so if you would prefer to be a YouTube member for like $5 or so, you can join as a member, and you'll get to see the videos first. And it's very easy for me. I just click a button, and the next thing you know, through the world of magic, you get to watch the interviews first. So I will tell you that list of interviews that we just talked about, but also, and I'm multitasking, trying to get some stuff done here. It will also, you can watch all those interviews. All the members, I hope some of you are taking advantage of it now, and I hope we get some new members in the course of this next hour, 2 hours, who knows. I'm not in as big a rush as I am today. I don't know, Johnny may have plans. He has a very busy schedule. He is a master looper now in Las Vegas. Not everybody is aware of that, but that is what he's doing. I'm also dabbling in these things called YouTube Shorts. I don't know much about it, but I'm doing it. I'm trying to be an influencer. I'm trying to be, Charlie D'Amelio or one of these people that you like. So anyway, so that's that. Let me think of the point that I wanted to make. Hold on, let me take a sip of my memory juice. Where's this Jesus juice? I can't tell. YouTube memberships, that's what I was saying. So I'm going to look right now, and let's see some of the members. And yes, Johnny will be with us very shortly. Everybody likes to see Johnny. Let me put on my spectacle eyewear spectacles. They still give me a headache, but that's okay. All right, here we go. And we're going to talk a lot about Dracula. I see a lot of Dracula comments, and we're going to get to all those people. Hello to everybody watching. Geez, but people just piling in here. Thousands of people watching. How great. I'm going to talk about this. We'll talk about the Monsters of Rock cruise a little bit too, because I see questions about it. I see a lot of people want to talk about Mick Mars, and I understand. Johnny is very passionate about that as well. Is Tammy still sober? Yes, he is. Yeah, Tammy's doing great. I will tell you, he's come a long way. I told him he's a real survivor's story. Oh, Stevie Sex Summers is coming up too. He's coming back to talk about his tour with the 69 Eyes of the West Coast. So anyway, are any of my YouTube members here? Because when you become a YouTube member, they put this cool little thing next to your name. I don't know. And you also get emojis, and listen, the possibilities are endless. But you go to the main channel page and it'll say join, where it also says subscribe, but hopefully you've already done that. You click on join and then become a YouTube member. This is a fun little club, and you get to spend more time with Johnny and I. And then I know a lot of people do these things called pre-shows or after shows. So when the show goes off the air, you hang out with me and Johnny a little extra, and we'll tell you some things that we couldn't say during the show. Okay, that's enough plugs and all that type of and jazz. Renfield. We're going to talk about Renfield. That's what you guys want to know. And I couldn't think of anyone I would rather discuss this with than Johnny Monaco. Johnny, good evening.
Hi.
Beautiful view, high atop Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Let's try something different. It's nice out. I don't have any furniture out here, though, so it's a little weird, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you're the only guy in the building in an office chair doing a broadcast.
I still get a little weird when I get close to the edge,
I probably couldn't do what you're doing. I've been to your humble abode, and I looked over the edge, and my knees shook a little bit.
Yeah, I get a little weird feeling in my. It's called your loins.
I believe so. Yeah, your loins.
In between your legs, in your upper thigh area.
Yeah, or your balls.
You just know that 1 inch away, it could be, to hit the ground from this height. Oh my God! Actually now that we're talking about it, it's kind of freaking me out. It's pretty solid though. I mean,
I wouldn't hit it so much. But you are, as we said, a high above. What floor are you on, if you don't mind people knowing?
I'm on the 11th floor.
That's really all it is, 11?
Yeah, but it's a
Looks
pretty
like
big
40.
11 because if you look out there, now that it's really freaking me out now that we started talking about. Why did I think this was a good idea?
Well, you're over the trees, you're over the poles, you're over
Oh yeah.
everything.
No, yeah, we're way over the power lines. Like I can see the mountain straight ahead, but I don't know. It's starting to freak me out a little bit.
Johnny, we're going to talk about, we're critics now, and we're going to talk about that. But before we get to that, Dan, I got your message, your email. I'm going to email you back. We can use you for that. It would be great. It would be so nice. He's going to help us out in Orlando. Okay. Goth Mommy is here. Goth Mommy loves Dracula, so maybe she's going to like our review. And Goth Mommy also says, Goth Mommy, I think, is a new viewer to the show. If a genie gave me 3 wishes, I would wish for eternal darkness, a psycho boyfriend, and black Spanx. I think Johnny Monaco could help you with all of those things.
Is that your picture?
Is my picture?
Why is it your picture in the...
Oh. I can think that is me. Well, how nice, Goth Mommy. I think that's me. Maybe we look alike.
No, if that's you.
Yeah? You think it's my mother? That's good. Thank you. And if you're going to make fun of Johnny, change your picture. Okay. Let's see. Jason Holstein is a member. He says money well wasted. And he has a thing next to his name that indicates that it's like a secret handshake. He is in the club. How cool. Saying hello to a few other people. Eric is here. And a lot of Mick Mars talk. People are excited by Mick Mars. Johnny's over it. The Budweiser thing is an interesting thing. I don't want to talk about it too much because I think it's a drag. But I think drag, like the drag queen that Kid Rock has been caught having a Budweiser with. It's interesting how that happens. You should be careful before you shoot your mouth off if you have things in your past. Kid Rock, a photo has surfaced of him enjoying a Bud Light, and that's understandable. He's a guy from Detroit, has a good Bud Light, and he happens to be with a drag queen. No big deal to me. I don't care what people do. But look what happens. Now we have a scandal, and there's a lot of country singers now who are banning Budweiser. Johnny, do you give a fuck?
I don't drink beer.
Mm-hmm.
Get fat. Plus,
I don't
know who thinks an IPA tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
I like drinks with like umbrellas and maybe a fruits.
Is there a bat outside your place?
Well, I am on the 11th floor. Oh. It does sound like that, doesn't it? Yeah. No, you know what? I seen
Dracula.
What do you call a bunch of them? Is it a flock? Well, I seen.
I like to call them a murder.
No, those are the crows.
Well, I know, but why can't bats use the name?
They're marsupials. Well, they flew out of the...
Did you plan this?
What? No. I mean, and to me up here, it's not loud. This must really pick up stuff. But yeah. It's always something living here. It's not like living out in Summerlin where it's quiet, where all the rich people live. We're like in the neighborhood. You're in more so than I am. We're with the people. I'm in the hood. It's terrible. It's like a $40 million building. It sucks.
I have my balcony door open. I don't usually do that because I don't like the neighbors to get the show for free. I want them to go home and watch it on YouTube like everybody else. But my cat really enjoys sitting outside. It is beautiful here in Las Vegas. It is 85 degrees today, but it is overcast and there's a bit of wind. And so it's very nice. And so my door is open as well. I am only on the 2nd floor, which is also the top floor. I do not have that high-rise Johnny money. But anyway, just to wrap up on this Bud Light, who cares? Tranny, gay, straight, black, white, who cares? Who cares? If you like to drink cheap beer, drink a Budweiser. If you don't like it, don't drink it. They got these places called craft beer or something like that, where they have all kinds of pretentious assholes who will serve you all kinds of apple orchard-esque beer, and you can have a provolone dip, and you know what I mean. They got places for you. And they don't let transgender into some of those places. Anyway, look, it's ridiculous. Get a life. There were people in the comments angry about Budweiser, and who the fuck cares? Get a life. And if you dug deep into every product you use, you're going to find something you don't like. It's going to happen. So you know what? If you like the taste of beer, don't drink the taste of beer. And if you're closeted and you're really that upset, you know, maybe just go out after hours when no one sees you. It's ridiculous. I don't care. And it's for the religious freaks out there, I don't believe Jesus would have cared either. It's just my hunch. I think you're supposed to love people. Who cares what they decide to do? If you're a guy and you want to be a woman, and if you're a woman and you want to be a guy, who cares? I can't even decide what I want to do each day. Right, Johnny?
Yeah.
Not that I'm the voice of reason, but it shouldn't matter anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
It shouldn't matter. Anyway, I'm just trying to read the comments to make sure we see them. But anyway, so there's plenty to talk about. I'll get to it. We're going to do things out of order. And I know people want to talk about the haircut. People want to talk about our recent trip to Texas. A lot of interesting things happened, and I want to talk about that. But Johnny, you think we should start with the movie review?
Sure.
Okay. Ooh. Johnny, we're going to build some suspense. We don't want to tell people exactly what we thought. We want to build it. So don't. And also, we're going to try our best to give you a spoiler-free review. But I will warn people that we may say things about the movie that are spoilers. So you proceed with caution. I will say that I don't think this movie has a massive spoiler. I don't think it's like Luke, I'm your father. I don't think there's anything like that is going to happen. So before I get too into this, I want to say that Johnny and I attended an advanced press screening of Renfield, brand new movie. I don't remember the actor who played Renfield's name, but I do remember an actor named Nicolas Cage. The actor who played Renfield's name is Nicholas Hoult. And then, yeah, he was very good. I think there's going to be a lot more coming from him. Michelle explained to me some of the things. He was involved in some famous series or something like that, Harry Potter, I don't know, something. But he's very good, and I think we're going to be hearing a lot more from him. And then this Nicolas Cage guy, I think he's got something. Now, I want to thank the Sci-Fi Center here in Las Vegas. What a great place. They really work hard to promote movies and give out things and get people to go see movies and talk about movies. In this day and age, the reason why they have these press screenings is they want world-renowned critics such as Johnny and myself to go around and talk about the movie, hashtag Renfield movie, and spread the word. And by spreading the word, maybe you will check it out too, you know, and that's the idea, and that's what we're doing. So thank you to Sci-Fi Center. Thank you to Universal Studios, one of my favorites, obviously, and I love Universal Monsters. I will tell you that I do get invites to these things from time to time, and I usually don't go. I also have a hard time going to something that I might not like because I don't want to badmouth these movies that people worked hard on, and so I don't want to do that. I'm wondering, like, will they invite us back if we say the movie was a piece of shit? And we might say that in just a minute. I'm parched today. Well, we are going to talk about. Sin City Collector is here. That is my good friend Jay, who was also nice enough to pick me and Johnny up at the airport. Nicholas Hoult is Beast in X-Men First Class. That's right. He's an X-Men character. Thank you, Jay. So let's talk about it. We get down to we go to the theater. Johnny's nice enough to pick me up because I don't drive. We drove to a place called Red Rock. It's a casino. It's owned by Stations. It's out in the Summerlin area. Johnny and I know a lot of people who live out there, and they all say you should come out there. One, they assume that I have the money to do such a thing. Stephen Piercy lives out there on the lake, and man-made lake. And they always tell us It's just 10 minutes from the Strip. Johnny, how long did it take us to get there?
I mean, I want to say 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah. And then we came back at 10:30 at night, and it probably still took 25, 30 minutes, maybe more.
Not according to everyone that lives there.
Yeah, they all tell us 10 minutes. Now,
10 minutes.
I live maybe 8 minutes from the airport, and Johnny probably lives 14, 15, something like that. And
I think I'm closer. You're just the other way.
no,
I mean, you're closer. You're closer to the airport, but I'm saying I'm closer than 15 minutes.
Oh, gotcha. Right. I see what you're saying. Yes. Yeah. No, we're super close. And because we travel sometimes every weekend by plane, it is really convenient. My Uber or Lyft can be as low as $9.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, needless to say, I'm not moving out there. It's a nice place if you want to retire, or if you want to hate trannies and Budweiser and listen to Night Ranger. But other than that, we're just having some fun. But anyway, it's a bit of a distance, and that's the other reason I don't usually go to that theater. But because I am such a diehard fan of the Universal Monsters, they've been trying to bring back the Universal Monster Universe, the UMU, if you will. And then they made the Mummy with Tom Cruise, the female Mummy, and it was such a bomb that it pretty much ruined the universe. And they had all these great ideas. Angelina Jolie was going to play the bride of Frankenstein, and it was all put on hold. And then they made the Invisible Man movie, which really has nothing to do with the original. But this, I thought, well, if you're going to create a monster universe, Nicolas Cage is Dracula, spoiler alert. It couldn't be a cooler character. And I said, I've got to see this thing. And Johnny has not been to a movie in the theater since Some Like It Hot. But he was interested. Johnny, you told me, hey, this looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it looked good, and like going out there. It's kind of far, but it's different.
It was different, which was sometimes nice. This movie, Johnny likes Nicolas Cage. A lot of Nicolas Cage. Most people were there because they like Nicolas Cage more than vampires. I'm not the biggest Nicolas Cage fan. Part of me was like, I don't think I liked the movie he was in since Valley Girl. But then we talked about it. Leaving Las Vegas is an incredible movie. It's very depressing if you haven't seen it, but it is an incredible movie, and his acting. Really good. Yeah, his acting is intense. And Elizabeth Shue, Allie from The Karate Kid, Allie with an I, is also beautiful and shows her breasts. She's also gang. I can't use the word. It's depressing at times, but he was great in it. I like a lot of the kids like the Face Off. Remember that one?
Yep.
Him and Travolta trade faces.
Yep. That's good.
Mark Sanchez enjoyed Raising Arizona, which is a classic. But anyway, so here we go. I pretty much thought that Nicolas Cage. Oh yeah, O.J. Simpson did live in Summerlin. That is true. So it makes a lot of sense. But anyway, I thought that the movie was going to be more about Renfield, and that Nicolas Cage would only be in a supporting part. Anyway, we as Dracula. So we got there, and we ran into my old guitar player, Johnny Rocks, Roxx. I have too many Johnnies in my life. I have to start calling him Monaco now. But anyway, and his wife Dana, they were there. They are also critics, I believe now, and so we went to the movie. We had a nice seating. They wanted to sit in the last row because in the event that a serial killer was there, it would kill them from behind. This happened in the movie called Scream 2. So as we're walking up the stairs, I did not want to sit in the last row. Johnny Monaco, I let go ahead of me so he could be the bad guy and not sit with them. They were okay with it. So we sat, and I said we sit on the aisle. Johnny thought we should sit in the middle like normal people. I will tell you, when you go to these press screenings, the theater is full. There's no. Eventually, we got in early with the VIPs.
So I walked in before all of them.
Yes, before everybody, and so they're very good to us. But anyway, we sit on the end because I got to get up sometimes to go to the bathroom. I am a diabetic, and depending on my blood sugar, sometimes I got to pee, and But fortunately, I didn't, because I learned during the movie that Johnny does not like when people get up to go to the bathroom.
Well, I mean, not 5 minutes before it ends in the middle of a huge fight scene. Why would you leave then?
It was weird timing. You held it that long. You could probably have held it for 5, 10 more minutes, and it was very apparent that it was coming to an end. But Johnny, you did scoff at anybody who got up at any time.
Well, listen, if you should be able to sit down for 2 hours, prepare, go to the bathroom before. That they say to little children, you guys, okay, we're gonna go. Does anybody have to go to the bathroom?
You should make an announcement in the theater.
And it's like, and then they also got the security guard who's walking around. So you're telling me everyone's staring at the screen intently watching a movie, and he's just gonna walk around and not watch it and look at them and see if anything's going on?
The MPAA are very strict that you don't leak the movie.
Oh, is that what it was?
Record the movie. So they hire some goons, 3, to stand by the door, and they walk the aisles up, and they walk down, and they stand, and while you watch the movie, they watch you. And if anyone's phone is lit for even a second, they throw you out. No second chances. So it's interesting, because I like to sometimes, while I'm watching a movie, look at the time. I took a class, a screenwriting class, and the guy who taught it, his curriculum, he said, when a movie's boring, you should look at your phone and see what time it is. Back then, it was a watch. Or if it's exciting, you should look at what time it is. How does the movie deliver? Is there a point when it loses you? And when you write a script, you're supposed to have a beginning, a middle, and end. And if something is going to lose you, you should know when it occurs. Anyway, there was a few times I wanted to look at my watch. Not that I thought the movie was boring. By the way, I haven't seen a super thanks or a super chat or a member or anything. So we're giving you this entertainment for free. This is true. That metal guy points out that Richard Christie from the Howard Stern show, he's also a great drummer, he wears diapers when he goes to a concert because he likes to have beer and he doesn't want to miss anything. So he pees himself while watching.
It's 2 hours and we're in the suburbs. It's not like we're going to war. You could go to the bathroom before you go, get your popcorn, fat ass, and then get your drink and go sit down and watch the movie, and not in the first row. Because
Jason Holstein is representing the members. Johnny's right. And Joe Mannix. And Brian Kirk is a new member. Welcome, Brian, to the Secret Society. Johnny, give him a thanks.
Thank you.
See? Johnny's good. He's very sincere. Welcome to our club.
I think I need Jay's text number so I could text him secret information on who to block. Our moderator.
Oh, Jay. Yes, that might be true. I'll have to get you his.
So then I could say, hey, I could just send him like names, and then he could just delete them.
I could do it as well, but yes. Okay, so this goth mommy looks like she's having some kind of relationship with people.
It's like 2 people. It's 2 idiots that we probably know, and they just get different names every week, and they think they're hilarious and witty, and they say stupid stuff. Hopefully soon I will be a vampire, and then I will be able to do all the horrible things that vampires do to humans, which we saw in the movie last time.
We're going to get to it. Don't spoil it just yet, but yeah. Anyway, well, we'll get to it. This whole goth mom thing, and there's all kinds. And yes, Nicolas Cage was in Fast Times. His name was Coppola at the time because he is a Coppola. He changed his name to Cage, obviously.
Well, that's right. Yeah, I remember I heard an interview about that.
Yeah, he wanted to make it on his own and not just be known for being related.
I didn't even know that. That's interesting. He just gets more interesting to me. I really like him. I think he's
related to Francis Ford Coppola and Talia Shire, Adrian from Rocky. I will tell you real quick, I've met Nicolas Cage several times. I directed a show called the Vegas Rocks Awards. One of Nicolas's children was performing. He's with an older kid. It was not Kal-El, his younger kid. But he was very kind when we talked, and he was very normal. And at one point, they had the audience sing Happy Birthday to me. And I saw the members of Toto, and Nicolas Cage was singing Happy Birthday. And it wished me a happy birthday afterwards. And he's not your typical celebrity. He's not your typical Hollywood guy. He seems to be pretty down to earth for a guy who dresses in crazy costumes. I showed you me, him, and Carrot Top out on the town, and you couldn't recognize any of us because we looked so ridiculous. Anyway, and then another time I went to a screening of a movie called The Devil's Rejects at the Palms, part of the Cinder Vegas Festival. It's no longer there. And right behind me, Nicolas Cage sat. Rob Zombie, Sherry Moon Zombie, and Nicolas Cage sat behind me, and while we watched the movie. And this is before you had cell phones. Otherwise, we'd probably be filming him over the shoulder. Anyway, so we get to the movie, and like anybody on a date, I mean, at a movie, we had to decide what we were going to do about concessions. And Johnny Rocks, in his relationship, his wife definitely wears the pants. And she tells him, "You go now." And he goes, and thankfully, Michael T. Ross wasn't there to bully him like he did at the Scotty's wedding. If you didn't see the Scotty's wedding episode, you might want to go back and check it out. Spirit Medium Daniel is also a member, and he has one of the cool insignias. Thank you. So we decided that we would have popcorn. Johnny would have lemonade, and they didn't have pink lemonade. I thought you prefer pink. They only had regular. He was okay. And then I had a Pepsi Zero. I shouldn't have it, but I'm addicted. So me and Johnny Rocks, we went to the concession stand. I chose the line we got on. It was the right line. It moved the fastest. And also had the most attractive person ringing up the sales. So we had I got a large popcorn, and I told this very lovely young Hispanic girl, that I'm here with a guy, but it's not like you think. And, we want to have popcorn, but to get 2 medium popcorns would be ridiculous. But to get a large one, I'm scared that our hands are going to meet. And she was looking at me very serious. And as Michelle will tell you, people like Johnny and myself, you guys think it's shtick, but it's not. We are really in life to entertain ourselves, and we don't really care who's listening. It's not an act. So anyway, I had a long discussion with this girl, who then decided she would give me a separate tray that I can ration the popcorn out into. And so, but it was very difficult to carry this stuff. And Johnny Rocks ran because if he doesn't get back, his wife will beat him. So I had to carry everything. I got it back to our seats. It was an inordinately large drink and the biggest popcorn we've ever seen. It actually lasted the entire movie, which is rare. So we were in the movie, and the MPAA was watching us very carefully. Not us as much. They were looking at others. They were profiling. So the movie starts. There are no trailers, which I like. Get right to it. We pitched around enough. So we'll start by saying, Johnny, let's give the thumbs up or thumbs down. We'll do it on the count of 3. I filmed our reaction coming out of the theater, but it was a little awkward, although I'm going to put it out anyway because I'm desperate for content. So, Johnny, before we talk about the movie too much, Renfield, would you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down? And 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up from both of us. Now, I'll tell you what I think, and then Johnny will tell you what he thinks, because we have different opinions of it. I don't think the movie is rocket science in any way. When I came out, I said it's a little stupid. If you're going to see Nicolas Cage as Dracula, I think you expect that. I think what makes the movie so good, and I'll leave a lot for Johnny to talk about, but what makes it so good is that it is over the top and it is ridiculous. It's probably the bloodiest movie you'll ever see, but the blood is very cartoonish, the violence, but it is over the top. It's not boring. It's ridiculous. The guy who plays Renfield is a great straight man, and Nicolas Cage is outrageous. The concept of the movie, if you don't know this from the trailer, is that Renfield goes to a group for abused people, for people who are in abusive relationships with narcissists. And in his case, he's talking about how he works for Dracula. But Renfield, has to go get blood for Dracula. That's not a spoiler. But he decides that he's going to get bad people, the people who abuse people, which is a lot like Dexter, right, Johnny?
Yep.
I was thinking it's kind of a nice turn on it, that he really only wants to give Dracula bad guys. There is a lot of tributes to Bela Lugosi, a lot of tributes to the original Dracula, to the original Renfield, which is Dwight Fry, a great actor. Obviously, these people are all gone. The Dracula, the original that I'm sporting right now, this is from 1931. There he is, the original vampire, Bela Lugosi. And Cage is great paying tribute to him. And of course, look, things are different. Me and Johnny were talking about it going to theater. The great thing about Dracula is he doesn't die. So you can shoot it in movie in modern times. He can move wherever he wants through life. So it's really funny. The effects and the carry on are funny. There is a bat outside Johnny's house.
I don't even really hear that. It must just be picking it up. Maybe it's a certain frequency.
So, Johnny, tell me, I talked a little bit. Now you tell us a little bit about your thoughts on Renfield.
I liked it. I think he's just a good actor. He's got a voice. When he acts, it's him. He's got a style. I thought it was written pretty crazy. It was kind of all over the place, which I liked, fast-paced. The fight scenes were great. They were almost like kung fu movie scenes, like really extreme. A lot of cool moves, because, you figure a vampire and his helper would be around for hundreds of thousands of years. They would by now know all the martial arts. Unless you're really lazy. Then you just go to become a UFC fighter. But I liked it. I thought it was great. I thought it was funny and it was entertaining to me. I watched the whole thing. I didn't ever get bored.
I think if you like movies like The Evil Dead, or things that are very gory and just ridiculous, this is your kind of movie. It's fun to see a movie that actually has a bit of an original feel too, because it did. It combined a lot of things. Sometimes you feel like you're watching The Matrix or you're watching a horror movie. There's so much going on at once, but it's very cartoonish in the sense that you have to obviously suspend belief in reality for a little while. But never was I bored, and never did I feel the urge to get up and pee myself. And the blood is amazing. We don't want to give it away, but there is a fight in the movie, maybe 20 minutes in, maybe 25. I don't know. Couldn't look at my clock. But there's this one that the audience applauded. It's great when an audience applauds at the end of a movie. It's amazing when they applaud during the movie. I applauded along as well. And it's a fun experience. Renfield, Nicolas Cage. And again, the actor who plays Renfield is so good that he doesn't take away. Nicolas Cage doesn't steal it from him, is what I'm trying to say. Of course, Cage is great. Of course, when he's in a scene, he is so over the top. But the Renfield guy really hangs in there. They're a good duo. I recommend it. The movie comes out this Friday. I believe it's April. Is that a vampire? April 14th. And so Johnny and I both give it the thumbs up. We're going to do more of these theatrical reviews if it helps you. I think we are helping you. I am an expert on horror movies. Johnny is as well. He watches Svengoolie every weekend. He's seen the best and the worst. And so we want to make sure that we give you guys good advice and guidance. If you were on the fence, go see it. I will tell you that, like a lot of movies, it is better to see this movie in the theater. At home, you'll go, yeah, that's cool. Or you're tempted to do things. But in the theater, when you just have to be in the theater and you have nowhere to go, you really focus and you get a fun time. It's ridiculous. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous. The idea that Dracula is narcissistic towards his assistant and pressures him and makes him feel like, young people, they love to use the words gaslighting and everyone's a narcissist. And, it's just this generation's got so much to complain about. It's ridiculous. And like I said, young people are using the gaslighting term constantly. Mick Mars used it in his lawsuit against Nikki Sixx. He said that Nikki Sixx was gaslighting him. And, there's nobody younger than Mick Mars who actually might be Dracula. Anyway, so I'm glad that we got to tell you about Renfield and our experiences. Afterwards, we went to the Cosmopolitan. That is our spot where they give us free things. And last night we partook in free pizza. And we probably shouldn't have. It was late, and we had popcorn and all of those kind of things. But anyway, I'm hoping that we'll go back to the movies again, Johnny. First time since Some Like It Hot. Back seeing a movie in color, a talkie, if you will. And so, okay, it looks like we have some arguing in the chat, and I feel. I mean, if it becomes annoying, I'll block people. There are some people who watch the show. I'm thankful for you, but they try to be really inside. They pick up on something Johnny said or something I said, and then, but it makes you look small. It makes you look small. It's not interesting, and it's so inside that nobody really gives a fuck. A lot of Motley Crue talk. I'll handle this for just a second because Johnny, in the right way, really could give a fuck less. Is that right, Johnny?
I mean, I want to care. I mean, it's not that I don't care. It's just I don't know. Let's say about that.
We announced on this show first.
Yeah, he said we said. The other guy said what they said. They show the tracks, which may or may not be the actual tracks, because most of the time there's no click track in the guitar player's ears. But some people do that.
Yeah. You know who's not funny is Chris.
Who's Chris?
Chris has been the dummy. He's been here since the beginning.
We're talking about someone who's watching.
Yeah. But a lot of people are saying they used to like Motley Crue, blah, blah, blah. Listen, very, very simple on the Motley Crue thing. They've sucked for a long time. Most of their songs are garbage. The Dr. Feelgood record, when I was in high school was entertaining, but it's garbage. Slices of Your Pies, anything about pie. I don't like songs about driving real fast. Don't go away, man. Go away. Who really cares? Are we in your refrigerator?
Yeah.
No, okay.
I mean, otherwise they're going to sit there. I got to get something out of here.
No, I get it. The first two Motley Crue albums are good. Everything else is stupid. And if you took their whole career, maybe you can make one good record out of it. It cannot be more overrated band. And then Nikki, is that Red Bull?
Yeah, I thought I would try it. I don't like it.
Well, it also gives you terrible headaches, Johnny. You don't want that shit.
Does it? Yeah, it tastes like medicine. Actually, I ran out of stuff. I have like milk and green tea and this spaghetti sauce.
So Motley Crue, after the controversy where Razzle was killed in a car accident, they named the record's Music to Crash Your Car By. These guys are scumbags. And Stephen Pearcy said in a recent interview with me that you'll see soon, he said if Nikki Sixx had his way, they'd call the band Christmas. The band was called, Mick Mars named the band Motley Crue and also gave them the money to begin the back the band. Nikki Sixx also, for those who don't know, wanted to use a swastika as their logo instead of a pentagram. So
sounds like a great guy. A lot of people really like
sounds like a great guy. And he, we had a super thanks chat for Johnny. We'll ask it in a second. But so, and Nikki Sixx hasn't played the bass in ages. Everybody's known that. He uses, there's a laptop that plays his bass parts. And it's stupid. And Tommy Lee, I don't believe his drums are as recorded as they're saying. I believe he uses a thing called triggers. Johnny, can you explain triggers?
Yeah, I mean, they got pads, and the pads connect to sampled sounds, and then when you hit the pad, it triggers that sound. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't think so.
A lot of bands do that. The acoustic drums can only sound. Some people would prefer that, But for that kind of music, like, if you get that kick drum sample that's the same every night, and you don't have to worry about it sounding any different, it's going to be really punchy, and sonically it sounds really good. And then so every time he kicks it, it triggers that sound, which that's nothing. What they're saying is like the parts being recorded, like the bass, guitar being on there, singing being on there, which I'm still okay with, me personally. But a lot of people, they think they're all, I'm a truist. Oh, hold on, my zippers up. I'm a truist, and I don't really like people that play with tracks.
I'm okay with, they have female background vocals. I'm okay with that. Yeah. Mickey never sings into the microphone. And they're a band where Mick does not sing, Tommy doesn't sing. So you only have one guy. If you have these big choruses, you need to have other guys to do. So I get some of that. Listen, Vince has a lot of vocal trouble. If I was him, I'd be thinking, how come you assholes don't help me out?
Yeah, that's the thing they should be tracking, are the lead vocals. I know another band that does that, but somehow they managed to actually get worse by tracking the vocals.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. How's Chip doing, by the way? I mean, sorry, anyway, Motley Crue, to me, they don't have. If you watch Minute with Ricky Rackman, we discuss it. They don't have the great song. What's their biggest song? It's not. They don't have a Round and Round. They don't have a Pour Some Sugar on Me. The only reason they play stadiums is because they play with Motley Crue, which is a far bigger and probably more successful band, in my opinion.
Motley Crue.
Def Leppard.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I might have been a little mixed up. I'm confused today. But anyway, so they Motley Crue sucks. We're all Team Nick. I know we're all doing that now. Mark Sanchez says he's seeing Enough's Enough on Sunday. We will give you our apologies in advance.
If I find out you gave one of them a looping pedal, I'm returning yours, and we're done.
True. Yeah.
Enough's Enough. They don't need the looping.
It's garbage. I'm going to tell you straight how it goes. As straight as a man who went to the movies with another man and shared a large popcorn can be. Enough's Enough is garbage. There's no reason to see it. It's stupid. Why would you want to? And Mark, I'm not blaming you. You see what you want. But why see the bass player sing? It makes no. And he's not even singing a lot. Who cares? That's a dumb band, and no reason to see them. The Donnie V, maybe go see. Maybe. At least he's the voice. He's the guy. I shared some of my memorabilia on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you do. I shared an original 8x10 photo signed by the band, but the real band, Vicky Fox, and I don't no disrespect to Johnny, but Vicky Fox, Derek Frigo. I like guys call him Vic. His name was Vicky. That's what his name was when he was in Enough's Enough. Vicky Fox. And Derek Frigo, who was a great guitar player. I've said this many times, but I think that Johnny replacing the late Derek Frigo or stepping in is the best lineup of the band, could still be the best lineup of the band. If those bozos could get it together, I bet you we could get Chip and Donnie on the show together. I bet you we could do it. Do I think anything comes out of it? Probably not. But I think we could. I got to get to these super duper thanks and chats. Indie Cult, Johnny, he kind of answered this already. Do you care if bands use tracks?
No, I mean, it's actually, to me, it's a little harder to play with the track because you have to stay on the track. If you go off, it's a train wreck.
Go ahead.
No, some stuff it sounds better without tracks, but for big productions like that with those songs, it's going to sound the best, even if you have good players with those tracks, because there's a lot of things going on. There could be 4 guitar parts. So you want to replicate it to sound the best it can. But some people are saying, they're confusing that with like Billy Vanilli, where they're up there fake singing and the lyrics are like loud.
Right.
That's different. I saw some of that from this other band.
Right. That's a complete lip syncing. Dr. Feelgood's ripoff of Killing Joke. Love Like Blood, Killing Joke is better. I will say that also that song, Dr. Feelgood, there's rumors that CeCe DeVille wrote that riff. There's also a lot of rumors that Slash wrote that riff. That they were recording next to them and Nikki stole it. That's the story that's out there. Okay, let's see here.
I like that Red Bull stuff.
I would never drink that. It's poison. No, not the band either. Someone's asking if we're going to the Rainbow Anniversary Show. I'm going to tell you something about this Rainbow Anniversary Show. This is one of the worst lineups I've ever seen. I mean, this is just terrible. It's so bad, I'm going to talk about it right now. Hold on. I'm going to be careful because some of these people are friends, and I don't want to throw them under the bus. But I think this is the worst one they've ever done. And that's saying a lot. I mean, that's saying a lot here. We'll talk about this fast because we don't have all day to fucking sit around and talk about things we're not going to. They're using the stupid Top Gun logo or something. What is this? Excuse my language. Excuse my French. Here, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. It doesn't really matter. I'll just talk you through it. Johnny, tell me if you would be excited, or if you feel like you're missing out by not going to this. Because if you think we need to go, we can review it because Johnny, we are critics. People enjoy our opinions on things. Okay, here we go. This is it. You're gonna barely be able to see it. I'm looking at it on my monitor. Very small, but okay, we can get through this. In order of appearance at the Rainbow Bar and Grill Party, you go all the way to the bottom. Oh, Jesus. I don't know if I can read this shit. There's a bunch of pay-to-play bands. That's what that is. No offense to them. They might be great, but I don't know. It says comedy or hosted by Jesse Camp, who's the homeless VJ from MTV, and Slim Tender. I couldn't think of two less funny people. I don't want to see two big, tall drunks hosting it. And Danny's a nice guy. He really is. But I see those guys all day out in the sun, looking like Nicolas Cage in the sun as a vampire. Not for me. Santa Cruz. Don't give a fuck. Not for me. Speaking of tracks, the band that got caught using tracks and then tried to deny it. I don't know, and I don't care. The Zeros. Very nice guys. They've been on the show. They were fun, too. They fought the whole time. They're legendary. I don't really give a fuck.
Remember when they painted the coconut teaser?
Yeah, they did it to the rainbow, the whiskey, too. If they paint the rainbow purple, maybe I'd go. But nice guys, and don't hold it against me, but I don't really care. Faster Pussycat. This is a tough one for me. I really do like Tammy, and I do like Faster Pussycat. I haven't seen him in a while. Maybe I'd watch it on the cruise and give it another shot. And I don't know. Sometimes you grow up and things aren't the same as they used to be. The thing I like about Faster Pussycat is, though, Tammy is back to doing a set of the classics, and I think he's giving the audience what they want to see. And he also is in good shape. Tammy's really, he's admitted Tammy would have died if he didn't get it under health. He told me on the phone earlier, he wasn't an alcoholic. He did have a cocaine problem, and he did have a very bad smoking problem, and that's really what affected his health. He's got it together. Then next is Lizzie Borden. I saw Lizzie Borden 22 years ago. It's fine. The guy lives in Vegas. I like to have him here, but I don't feel like I need to go see it. And then the headliner, Jeff Tate, who was supposed to be on the show, but we had a time zone issue, and he moved the schedule. I woke up at 3 a.m. Now I know why those other guys were so mad at him. It doesn't fit. Queensryche music does not go with Faster Pussycat.
Right. Yeah.
It's the same thing when they're on the bills with Steven. It makes no sense.
The worst part about that whole thing, it's going to be the parking.
Yeah. Well, there is none. Yeah, you're gonna.
I like playing in Hollywood. Don't get me wrong, but like when we played at the Whiskey, I had to pay to park, and then I just drove back. It's because it's a nightmare over there. It's just so congested. Everyone just wants to be there.
And then there is the argument the Metal Scientist makes that each one of those bands has one member. I thought it might be a fun thing, Johnny, before we leave on the cruise. Johnny, you just striking a pose?
I don't know. I'm trying to find a better spot. I'll just stand there otherwise. I'm sitting in the chair. It's like, So I was just doing stuff. I don't know. I'll just do it this way.
You look like a live correspondent. Johnny, I found 2 new people who watched the tour diaries. and one of them has told me that they're big fans. And I was surprised to hear this. They were at home watching the last episode where we were at the Swingers Hotel, and they said that they couldn't exactly figure out what watching us is like, but they thought it was a cross between The Odd Couple, Mystery Science Theater, and they had a couple other examples as well. But I would like to welcome those new viewers, Christy Adair and Stephen Piercy. They
what?
They
I know that guy.
I think they were having trouble sleeping, and they watched the last tour diary, and they enjoyed it. And they enjoyed it. And Stephen wanted to know why he wasn't in it so much. And what's funny is I thought he didn't want to be in it, and I thought maybe I would leave him, wouldn't show him as much. But Johnny, there's a strange chair on your.
Yeah. I need some stuff. I don't have any furniture because I didn't think I was going to be here this long.
Ask and you shall receive, Johnny.
I see some people how they have the couch out there with the tables and stuff. I mean, this is such a big balcony. It's over 30 feet. So I could put like a long couch.
I would run back and forth.
I'm still a little weird about being up this high.
Yeah.
But this guy stopped coming on the patio so much. I think he vapes now. They learn eventually. Yeah, they don't. They probably get their doctor probably tells them, quit smoking, you're gonna die. Was vaping better? Like, well, it's not good, but I mean, I guess it's better. So then they do that.
Yeah. Well, we've talked for over an hour, or close to an hour, I should say.
That's your house over there. That's where you live.
Is it?
Well, technically, right around the corner of that.
Yeah. Up around the bend, as they say.
But that's the direction. That's Henderson. That's south by the M in South Point, and that's on the way to California. And then,
Johnny, we went to Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
We've been off for a while, and we went to Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
And did we have a good time?
Let me think about that. Austin. Yeah, it's fine.
I don't really. Stephen was traveling solo. Christy did not go with him. She was here for her family event. A very touching, sweet
karate competition.
A karate competition of a relative of hers.
Children fighting.
Yeah, it was children fighting. Yeah.
Karate.
And but it was very nice, and so she stayed behind, and we. People are so stupid. There's people in the chat that are just so stupid.
Just tell Jay to block them.
Yeah, I don't know. Jay knows what to do. So we went to Austin, Texas. We had a night off. Johnny, the band is a little cliquey. Everybody does their own thing. Scott Coogan got in way early, and he's usually on his own. He's beginning a tour with Tiffany. He's going to spend a month with Tiffany. I think we're alone now, Tiffany. And who is a friend of mine, and she's been on the show. They're going to be on the road. So he was busy getting ready for that. He flew from Austin to Nashville for rehearsals and to kick off the big Tiffany tour. Eric likes to go to his room and be on his own. I think he enjoys an apple and maybe a little green tea in his apple. That's not a secret. And so that's what Eric does. He's not he doesn't really like to go out on town. And then that left me, Johnny, and Matt Thorne. And we took a walk through a marsh and a swamp. I'm still cleaning my shoes.
Told you not to walk through that.
Johnny told me don't walk through there. There was toads and mud and anyway, we went to a place called Chewy's, Tex-Mex, where you get burritos as big as your face.
Yeah, with kids everywhere. So
and after it was packed, we got Steven some food to go. We brought back to him.
Kids.
My mother, right before the Austin trip, text messaged me an article that there was a serial killer on the loose. And my mother, she looks at the touring schedule, and she doesn't know that there's 30 more shows that aren't on the schedule yet. But she looks at the schedule, and then she decides to tell me what the weather is going to be, as if I couldn't look at my phone. But look, that's what mothers do. They mean well. So she gets to this serial killer thing. So it turns out there's a waterway, a riverway or something in Texas, where in the last year they fished 10 bodies out. They were all intoxicated, they say, and the people in the neighborhood are asking for more lights and more emergency boxes. Now, the police and the other local authorities are saying that they don't believe there's a serial killer, that this is an area where people like Jeff Buckley go for a swim when they're drunk in the middle of the night.
Yeah, for 10 people in the same place. Oh.
Maybe, we don't know how close. It could be a big riverway, and it's in a year's span of time. But who knows? Maybe, look, Lake Mead is loaded with bodies.
Yeah, but that's different.
Now, hold on. This has got to be a real person. Shimbo Bimbo Himbo says, I'm hot. I have a feeling that this is going to escalate into a Budweiser joke. But Shimbo Bimbo Himbo, I will take your compliment. So anyway, Johnny and I decided that what better duo to go out and investigate the serial killer than us. We went out. We got down to the lobby of our hotel. The hotel was a shitbox.
Oh, God, I hate that place.
It was possibly the worst hotel we've ever been put at. There was a nice hotel next to us.
Yeah.
The beds were army cots. There was no box spring, just a mattress, and underneath was 3 poles like holding it up. It was terrible.
Nothing good about that place. And they let dogs and kids in there. So it was just a combination of smelled like dogs and food because it's a extended stay. So they let you cook in there, but no utensils.
Yeah, they live there. Mm-hmm.
They make the people with the bad parents so they have to take their kids to an extended stay to live.
Right. My room had a cutting board and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. Mine had that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But didn't have a hairdryer.
No hairdryer. Eric brought his own. Luckily, Eric is he gets very upset. One time we were at a hotel, another dump, and Eric comes into the front desk area. I was there with a bunch of other people, and he asked if they have a hairdryer. And then he was angry when they did not, and he stormed off. But he said, "Is there a store where I can go buy one?" And my jaw dropped, and I looked around, and I said to everybody, "Did you all see what I just saw?" Because Eric doesn't have a lot of hair. He has a mohawk by choice. Anyway.
Someone's complaining that I'm wearing sunglasses. They always got something to say,
Indie Cult has a good question that my mother asked, and a lot of other people.
Is that better?
It's whatever you like, Johnny. As a tour manager, don't you book the hotels? No. In almost no cases do I book the hotels. A tour manager's job, my mother and a lot of people say that I don't show it on the tour diary. I think that the work end of it is actually pretty boring. You want to see the travel and things. And also for a tour manager, most of the work is done at home before you leave. Most of my job is done laying in my bed on my phone. So what happens is the agent contacts you with the dates, and they give you the contract, read the contracts. They are giving you hotel rooms. It is up to the tour manager to advance the hotel. Now, could have I looked at what they said and argued? Possibly. If it was maybe a bigger budget, bigger venue, I probably could have said. And I could have looked at the geography and said, listen, there's a Hyatt next door. Why aren't we there? But in this business, people are trying to save money. Promoters are constantly losing their shirts. You see them in the parking lot running around with no shirt. And so it looked like a nice enough place. Anyway, but no, I don't. So I don't book the hotels. They book them. Yes, a lot of people try to cut corners when booking, and so you have to sort of police them. Most of the time, it's okay. Our contract does say it's got to be a 5-star or 4-star, and you can't have. I believe it says no extended suites. So
yeah, anyway, that wasn't a 4-star. That was a -2-star.
Now, sometimes you'll go to a city where there's no choice. That's not the case here, though. The place next door was nice, but occasionally you go to a city where there is nothing higher than a 2.5. We're playing a lot of small venues all across this country. So anyway, so you do that. I do book the flights, and then you advance everything down to dinner. You go to a security meeting. I don't always go because they're mostly the same. I showed one in the video. Times are scary these days when they're telling you to stop, fight, roll, whatever. I don't know. Hold on. It's a little ridiculous. Anyway, so there's a little bit of that. Hotels suck. I had a nice edible treat to help me sleep through that. The next day, but the good thing is the hotel and the venue were walking distance. We were able to walk around. They had a nice thing. They did fulfill everything on our rider. They did provide food. It sucked, but that's not their fault.
Oh, those tacos, yeah.
Me and Johnny had tacos.
I think it was Spam.
They were odd. Although I did have this thing called Tabasco Sriracha. Did you try it?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. But I mean,
yeah.
that the whatever the meat was in there was it's like cat food or something.
It was rough.
I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either. But and then Stephen came out and we had a nice little thing for him. What was the name of the thing that I put him in that for a dressing room? An Airstream? A streamliner?
Yeah. What is that? Oh, yeah. Those are very sought out. Those are they're very expensive. They're very in now to have one. Big silver ones. Airstream, is that what they're called?
Airstream, I think.
They're very expensive. I think like a basic one is like $40,000 and they go up. All the hipsters like them because they drag them with their car and then they stay in them. That's kind of cool. I mean, I was thinking about that. Remember when I wanted to get an RV?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I give Stephen his own private dressing room so he doesn't have to hang out with everybody else, and it's closer to the stage, to be honest. And anyway, it was a good show. It was a fun show. People seemed to have a good time. For me, other than the hotel, I will say that everybody was nice. Everyone in the band got along, which happens most of the time. I will point out that I've toured with other bands. It's not always the case. Johnny has toured with other bands. Everyone gets along and kind of does their own thing. And it's nice. It's pretty easy. And there's no one that I really panic isn't going to make lobby call or isn't going to make the flight. There's no real numbnuts in the band. Maybe some former numbnuts, but no current numbnuts. Anyway, it was a good trip. I can't really think of much. As far as the tour diaries go, and a lot of people are asking questions, Joe Mannix, played by Mike Connors, he says streamliners are $100,000.
Okay, so I was wrong.
Yeah,
but I mean, maybe older. Well, I don't know. Maybe okay. So I think someone told me that. So that's why you can't take information from people anymore because nobody knows what they're talking about. And that guy that was telling me like, "Hey, buddy, why you wearing sunglasses inside?" It's because we started the thing outside. So shut up.
Maybe he was talking to me though. I was wearing sunglasses inside also.
No, I think he was talking to me. I mean, everyone they really like to get me. You know, come
on. Okay, so Johnny's going back outside for you guys. Anyway, it was a good trip. Sometimes I wonder why I would film a tour diary when there's not that much that happens. But I'm moving it around. I want to point out again, if you become a YouTube member, and all you got to do is click on the channel, the front page of the channel. It'll say join. They'll lock you up for $5 or so. You can cancel anytime, and you'll watch everything before anyone. And I'll be honest with you, I have more content now than I've had in the history of this show. There's about 6 interviews. There's 3 tour diaries, including the Christmas special. And anyway, I would like you guys to join. I'm looking for a member. The members also, I can see your comments and you stand out, much like my good friend, Spirit Medium Daniel, who said, how was the swinger party outside Johnny's room? I will tell you that we missed it. We missed it. We went to the gig, and by the time we got back, it was very late. we didn't get to see much of. There was a very attractive young lady though who was taking all her clothes off and being photographed outside Johnny's room. Johnny's room was the one with the men's magazine.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, she's in the video. Watch. You got to watch the tour diary. She's in the first 30 seconds.
Oh, right.
She was
I thought you were talking about this last thing.
Oh no, nothing happened there. Yeah, she was a Latina.
Okay.
Yeah, the Christmas special was excellent. Yeah, well, there's another one. It's like this is Christmas tour diary. Yeah, let's see here. I think Blanco Peter might be an asshole, but I'm not sure. Blanco.
I don't have my thing in front of me. Why? What is he saying?
I don't know. He was saying something before, and now he just said he's trying to be funny. Did he say I'm looking for a member? You know, everyone's a comedian.
Oh, okay.
And maybe that's all, but I usually have a gut punch.
I had a members only jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Wish I still had that jacket. I don't know if it would fit though. I mean, even though I'm kind of the same size, I know that's people have pointed out. I still can't really fit into like stuff from back then.
I'm surprised because you still are very slender.
Well, I'm working on it, but I think there's just nothing you can do as you get older. I mean, you can try. Eric Martin's doing it. Good job of it. You can't tell what gender he is.
He has a glandular. He has a glandular.
Is that what it is?
That's what Billy Jean said.
I thought it was an attitude problem. I could be wrong.
That was very well said. You know, Johnny, every now and then I see a band that I go, why the fuck would anyone see them? You know what band comes to mind when I hear that?
Oh, boy.
The Winery Dogs. Right? Ooh,
and yet I see photos that they're posting and the whole room is full.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they love it. I don't get it. Like, this part's in 6/8. I don't know. That's good, I guess.
Carly is pointing out that her daughter is 18 and wants to be Johnny. I like that she points out she's 18. Johnny is very popular with people of all ages.
But what will they still want to meet me when I'm thinking of this new haircut? We should put up a poll.
Yeah. It's good. Okay. Well, there's actually a way to put up a poll. So hold on. I'm new to this, but I think I can figure it out.
I like to mix it up, you know, go back and forth. And I just don't like it's looking long and you walk in somewhere and you're immediately like those kids that were making fun of me in Connecticut. Hey, Ozzy. You know, like, because to the
they
masses,
do that to everybody.
Well, yeah, to the masses, you know, they're not dialed into different sects of music, so they just relate one thing. It's you know, stereotyping.
Well, I can't find the poll. I'll have to research it. But anyway, we'll just do a show of hands. Johnny's thinking about cutting off all of his hair and going back.
But it's a cool new look, very refreshing. And ironically, Renfield had it. So maybe put up a picture of him. But I have a picture because I used to have it like this, like, you know, years ago. And then it's like, well, I want to grow it out. Then when you grow it out, it's like, I want to cut it, you know, so you never can be happy. It might be me, but I like to mix it up and do different styles. So not real short, but kind of in the middle, kind of cool looking, you know, kind of modern. I don't know. I was thinking about it still. I think for the other gigs I do, it would be easier. I just don't know.
What does Mickey
think? She said I can pull off different styles, and she likes when it's short and long, but she might be biased. Yeah. She says I can, you know, it'll look good, but you know, there's different lengths you can go. It's a good length there. He's got it going.
Indie Cult says that his wife begs for the overrated look.
Yeah, see, that would be now that style Mickey has brought up, but here's the thing with that. I don't know that, like, at my age, looking emo is just doesn't work for me. Sometimes we see people at the airport and they have their hair just like wisped at the ends and the, you know, cut by the ear and it's shagged out. It looks like a rock look, but it doesn't fit their pumpkin head. The clothes are tight.
Mickey says, cut it off and get a Darren Hayes haircut. I don't know who Darren Hayes is.
Of course, that's just an obscure reference.
Who is it?
I don't know. You know more about that than I do.
That one I don't know. Nick will have to let us know. I'd
Just
like,
go on.
real quick, there's a lot of talking about, since I mentioned winery dogs, people thinking that maybe I don't like Richie Kotzen. I know I have no problem with Richie Kotzen. I don't care. I don't really even know the guy. He was in the room next to me or across the hall from me on the cruise or whatever. He seems nice. He was wearing his dashiki. He looked a little stupid.
That's kind of pretentious, right? I can go on this Monsters of Rock ship and I'll dress like this, or like I could be in LA Guns and I'll have a beard. You know, it's kind of like shitting on you're kind of putting down yourself, your idol. Like, I'm going to do something different.
I don't like people who bang other people's wives. There's a lot of losers. A lot of losers who do that. He cheated on. He's on tour with Poison and he bangs Ricky Rocket's wife. There's no excuse, no matter how he spins it. He's an idiot. But that has nothing to do with why I don't want to see the winery dogs. Someone's saying they're like Mr. Big. Was that? No, they're not. They don't have songs. Who cares? Nobody knows.
Yeah, Mr. Big had some pretty good songs.
Yeah,
there's a couple in there that were really good and they're singy. Yeah, the solos are good, but you can't equate that. I mean, him and Paul Gilbert ripping on something, but it was put within a song that's more like their stuff is more jammy, kind of like, right?
Yeah, I think.
Like kind of like King's X, but without the song, sort of. I don't know. I'm not saying anything bad about it. Everyone likes something different. We've gone through this before.
Right. Some people have shitty taste.
Just because someone likes something doesn't mean the other person has to like it or should. Like, no, you got to check these guys out, bro.
Except our movie review. Our movie review was accurate. I walked past them on the cruise, and musically they sounded very good. I do think Billy Sheehan is a little ridiculous. I don't. As a man who plays the bass like myself, you see it back there. That what he does is not for me. All right, enough of that. NAMM starts tomorrow. Don't really have any. Savage Garden. That's right. Nikki, Johnny didn't even know a Savage Garden song last night, but I sang one to him very romantically at the Red Rock Casino, and now he knows. He knows it.
Savage Garden is what I call my groin between November and January.
I sang him one of their extra Bud songs. All right. So a lot of people don't like King's X, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, King's X is cool. They got some stuff. I like their stuff.
I don't know. All right. We're going to wrap this up a little bit. We've been here for an hour and 20 minutes. It's a beautiful day in Las Vegas, as I said at the top of the show. I can't believe that it still looks it's still bright out and nice.
Yeah.
And I feel like usually when the show ends, I feel like, oh, well, that's the end of this day. But right now, I feel like I got my whole beer ahead of me. Yeah. Let's see here. All right, I'm just trying to read some comments. A lot of the rebel rousers are gone. What happened?
Maybe Jay blocked them.
Maybe. I think Jay fell asleep a long time ago. Yes, Billy Sheehan does believe in a science fiction novel as a religion. Maybe he's not.
Yeah, I seen some stuff now that I'm looking at your haircut that I need to address.
Oh yeah, like on the show or in my hair?
No, I think the right side is longer, maybe by a little bit.
Yeah, but I have curly hair. For the people watching at home who are stupid and think I was born with jet black hair, you know what I mean? So I just woke up and this is what happens. I don't think that even. I think it is even, but
yeah, maybe. If I could just, now that it's taken a couple days, it's if I could just stretch it out a little bit, put some water in there, and I could see if there's maybe a couple pieces that are longer, just small stuff, And I was thinking of maybe putting another layer in the bottom.
As my stylist, Johnny likes to take my hair and touch and fluff and caress in airports, in the movies, and people may have an issue with it, but that's on them.
All right. Well, what does we see here? Someone's saying no, do not cut your hair. These guys, heavy metal beer.
Shimbo, Shimbo, Bimbo, Himbo is genuinely hitting on me, which I am flattered. Send a picture of yourself, Shimbo, Bimbo, Himbo. You know what I look like. I would like to share with the audience to see the caliber of women that are interested in me. I can't see. You look like you're blonde. That's all I can tell, though. So TheWorldofJasonGreen@gmail.com. Shimbo. I don't expect to hear it. See, oh, that's my photo on my profile, but I can't see. It's very small. Just the photo I'm talking about. But yeah, just send it over, or send us your social media. We'll all follow you. Shimbo, himbo, bimbo. What am I doing with my life? Okay, let's see here. What is a himbo? I think a himbo is a male bimbo.
It's someone just making another profile that got blocked, that thinks they're funny, that thinks they're coming up with funny names.
Johnny, who do we know that you would consider a himbo?
You mean like a shim, or like, is it like a man who's a bimbo, a mimbo? They call that a mimbo.
No, I think.
Are you talking about that?
I think a himbo is somebody. Oh, Jay's here. He's handling it. He's been blocking left and right.
Yeah, of course. Because it's the same person just re-signing up.
Well, no wonder we're having a good chat, though.
There's no way 10 people don't like me this much within 2 hours. I mean, maybe over the course of a month. Right. And, if I go out a lot, do things, go to the store, stuff like that, maybe I have to do some gigs, where I have to actually,
a himbo is a Scotty Griffin before he was married.
That's called a mimbo.
No, they call him himbos also.
I didn't hear the him part.
Mickey, where are you? You're representing the youth. I don't think Michelle is here. If she is, she could tell us. Oh, thank you. Mickey's on it. Troy Patrick Farrell.
He's not really a mimbo.
He was. Mickey is right. A himbo is somebody who gets around and does their hair, and Troy Patrick Farrell, like a feral cat, he's him and Scotty. They were himbos. They are both married now.
No, yeah, isn't that something? I think Scotty's more of a himbo, whereas Troy would be more of a bimbo.
That sounds right. I didn't know Troy as well.
There are more scarves are involved.
Definitely more scarves. Let's see here. I'm just looking for
bedazzled pockets on jeans, that kind of thing. That's more. It's like a MILF or a soccer mom would wear.
Yeah, she says it's just a joke. The shimbo, bimbo, himbo. Oh. I'd like to see the profile though, because I would be.
That is not what she really looks like. Come on, that's fake.
Well, that's why I want to see her profile and decide. Maybe it is.
I get 10 of those pictures a day, and then you click on it, and there's her butthole, and they're putting dildos in there, and they're like, "Join my."
You're not doing that, are you? I don't think she would do that.
Join my club, and then I'm like, I don't have Apple Cash. I can't do it. No,
Johnny, I'm going to get a drink real quick. Hold the show down, would you?
All right. So, like stuff, things. It is pretty nice out today, though, so that's why I kind of wanted to sit out here, but the lighting's not as good. Not really much happening out here right now. And the people are selling their homes, and they're moving into the best. This is supposed to be the best RV park in town. And of course, I got to get stuck looking at it. But that, and see those garbage cans right down there? I have a problem with those. I hear those. I can hear those. It wakes me up. But this compound, at night, they put like lights up and down the street so you can see all. It's like a little town, like their own personal little camp. Maybe not camp, but suburb. They're famous specials
for the neighborhood. Shimbo's telling me to zoom in. That doesn't work that way. You just send a link to your social media.
That's not even real. Shut up.
I'm trying to prove that maybe it is. Maybe there's a beautiful blonde woman who wants to flirt with an idiot influencer on the internet. It's possible.
Mm-hmm.
But some people think she looks like she may be hung. Not by a noose, but by a wiener.
Because girls is players too.
Mickey's trying to make a super chat to see you take your clothes off, but we would get in trouble.
Because girls is players too.
Johnny Kirk, who is our Brian Kirk, who is our newest member of the team. Excuse me. Johnny is awesome, and his music is amazing. Well, I agree with that.
Because girls is players too.
Guys, if you want to,
this guy, click that if you hate. Oh my God, these people!
He's a nice guy. He's been around a while, so don't block him. People you have to sometimes figure out their sense of humor, which usually is not very good.
I need Dracula's powers.
Click the like button. That's the easiest thing you can do. That's free. Just click the like button so we get some support. Then, now the bats are outside my window. Maybe they were out here all along. Then you can super chat, you could super sticker, or you could super thanks, and then you can also join the team, become a member. It's fun, and you'll watch all these interviews. Simon Daniels, Lee Aaron, Yerky. Oh, fuck! I knew I was going to do that wrong. Yerky. I read it off the stupid page in Finland, and it's Yerky. Yerky69, Ted Poley, my cat Bitsy, where everyone was asking about. She's out on the balcony right now. Doesn't want to be disturbed. Stacy Q, Steve Riley, all that stuff. All you got to do is join the team or go to Patreon. Link in the description. I know we're plugging it, but you know what? This is free, and we got to keep it going somehow. Otherwise, I would assign. Now, look, Jason Holstein has seen the Simon Daniels interview. If you're a member, you can watch it right now. If you join, you can watch it. It's there, and you'll enjoy it, as Jason did. Okay, here's the Shimbo. Shimbo, bimbo, himbo. Why can't a pretty woman have herself as her profile picture without guys assuming she is catfishing them? Thank you, Shimbo. I'm with you. I know that you're a beautiful young lady. Shimbo, if you don't mind me asking, how old would you be? I know you're not supposed to ask a beautiful woman that, but I would certainly love to know more about you. You know all about me. Anyway, hold on. What is my favorite band? Easy question. Ramones. Ramones is the band that influenced me and is the band. That's it. They're the greatest band of all time. That's it. Johnny and I went to the Punk Rock Museum. We talked about it a little bit last week. We had a great time. We were both surprised. I mean, we did not know what to. Hold on. The Shimbo, Bimbo, Himbo is 27. That's a dangerous age. 27 club, but that's a nice age. Shimbo, what part of town, the country, the world, are you from? All right. And then I'll go back to the Punk Rock Museum. We had a great time. Johnny and I went into a room that looked a lot like his Aunt Marge's den. And we met Fat Mike.
Yeah. Well, I'd shape Mike.
Had a shape Mike. Johnny had some friends who wanted us to say hi for them. And Fat Mike had no clue.
No, he's looked at me. He's like, who? I'm like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. He's like, Yeah. And then I told him that, and he got all upset. He's like, I can't believe that after all we've done for him.
Shimbo, Bimbo, Himbo is from New Jersey. Okay.
Yeah, he's just making it. Now at this point where you're just making up stuff. It's like improv, like you're trying out for a role. Like, where are you from?
You don't believe it?
I'm from Texas, blah, blah, blah. I know you. You don't know me, blah, blah, blah.
Jeff is convinced that she may have a wiener. Jimbo, you don't have a wiener, do you? I mean, is that what we're trying to say, that my fans only have wieners? I don't believe this. Anyway.
See, I had to cut this because, I don't know. I mean, Jared Leto looks good like that. But
Ryan Kirk, hold on. The Simon Daniels interview is available. I'm a Patreon. I should go check it out before it's done. I don't even know if it's been emailed to the Patreons yet. Right now, it's on the YouTube members, and then it goes to pay. We have to juggle back and forth, but you still see them all before someone else. Yes, Shimbo, I agree. Can't a woman like rock too? I think she might have meant cock, and it was a typo, but I'm not positive. Shimbo, send over your social media, but you can send it to me privately if you don't want all these people to look at it. I would like to be able to tell my audience that you, in fact, are a real woman. I would not judge what you look like. I wouldn't do that. But I will tell
'Cause
people if you have a real
You are not
Well,
real.
So you can go to
Tubby.
you big dummy, TheWorldofJasonGreen@gmail.com. Send over the link. She says she's healthy. But what does that mean? Is someone saying you're not? It would be nice, though, if we can confirm that you're a real person before the end of this
Not
show.
a real person. It's that same dummy.
Johnny says, no way. I don't believe it. I believe that everyone is based. I'm like Anne Frank in so many ways that I basically believe everybody's still a good person.
And I believe the opposite.
Right. And Johnny's assuming that this is all bullshit. But look, I got my email open.
Bullshit.
Send it over.
He's not even looping. Not looping. Button pusher. Okay.
All right, hold on. I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think Bimbo is going to prove themselves. And I tend to agree with Johnny. But listen, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, I give everybody one unless I know immediately because it insults. It's almost like they're mocking you.
Wait, Kim Sullivan is here. Kim Sullivan is a real blonde, and she's ridiculous. Now, I think Kim Sullivan, who does not have a picture of herself, is probably telling the truth.
Right.
But I'm not sure. 145 people are watching, yet only 43 have clicked like. Ron Zeller with the update, it's now 146.
Ron Zeller is one of my looping sponsors.
Right.
Ron Zeller is one of my looping sponsors.
Yes, that's right.
He got me the ditto. And Mark Sanchez is my other looping sponsor who got me the Boss button. I used the Boss one the other day, and I used the ditto the other day. So
you've actually added the looper to your rat set, Stephen Pearson.
That's right. I did loop during the guitar solo in Way Cool Jane.
Is there a reason why the top of your head isn't in the frame? Is that a new thing you're doing?
No, I don't know. I can't see it. Someone said in one of these things that I walk like an old man. Well, let me just tell you something. The reason I probably walk like that is because I have this hip issue from playing guitar all these years. And I think it's from the way you stand with the guitar. Eddie Van Halen had the same thing. A lot of guitar players get it. Basically, the cartilage on up there is kind of like not there anymore. So I probably limp a little bit when I walk because the only way to fix that is to get a hip replacement.
Well, Eric Geyer, or Geyer, I forget how to say it again. He's got a dinner fund, but also maybe we can get some Bengay for you, so you can walk around.
I'm not the only one with a sore hip, but sometimes I limp like that probably. So it's not that I'll be more conscious of that. I will try to walk more upright if that's so.
Yeah, he's going to do it. He's been smiling more since you guys have demanded. Eric, you should sign up, be a member. You're very generous. You've been generous and support this channel. If you had something you want to promote, a gig or something, I would do that for you at any time because you seem like a great guy and supportive. Anyway, so if you want anything, but just join the team. You'll get all kinds of stuff. So anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. Johnny will now give you a much more sincere thank you.
Thank you.
And a bow. There we go. Thank you, Eric. Okay. A lot of people now they are enjoying that I was asking to see pictures of Himbo, Shimbo, Bimbo, whatever it was called, and that person is no longer here. And then they were asking for Kim. People want proof of life that anybody in this chat is real, but I will tell you, so far, everybody is a possible catfish. So if you guys are looking to meet the love of your life through this channel, I caution you. Meeting strangers on the internet is a dangerous thing to do. Right, Johnny?
I mean, it's all day. I wake up, I got 5 emails from McGaff or IKEA saying, thanks for or the Geek Squad, you paid $700 to fix this. Thank you for and you're supposed to freak out and go, what? And then respond. And then they add you to a list and, they make a new Facebook page. I don't know. Stupid. It doesn't do anything. I just have to keep deleting them. Spam, delete, or just don't acknowledge it. Much like in life.
Michael Perez, Bitsy's personal time on the balcony. Thank you so much. She appreciates it. My cat is like 100, so every day that she's still kicking is a good day, and she loves to sit out on the balcony and listen to the birds, much like Johnny. Spirit Medium Daniel says he'll be at the Pima County Fair. He's the guy in the picture. That's great. And if you that's coming up. That's the next show. It's on the 21st. Because you are a member of my channel, I'm going to try to hook you up. So Mickey is pointing out that the MILFs are the ones who messaged Johnny. Kim is here, and she is willing to back up that she is a real person. I believe she is. She hasn't done anything. There are women who watch this. JasonGreen@gmail.com is how you get a hold of me, Kim, or my Instagram. But
we don't think everybody's fake. We can tell the ones that are, and it's the cliche, like the guy sitting behind the computer thinking they're funny. Yeah.
So we're trying to prove that you don't have to be. Yeah. Although now everybody's after Kim. Where do you live, Kim? How are you, Kim? Can I see your boobs, Kim? That's Paul for Dr. Paul.
It goes right to that.
Everyone is very childish, but Kim is being honest. I think, I can't prove it. Spirit Medium Daniel can talk to the dead.
Yeah, sure, she's real. There's no
Kim, there's a rumor. There's a rumor that we're going to be back in Washington State. Nobody knows that yet.
I don't even know that. Do I have that one?
Not official. Not official. Okay. Eric says, meeting someone online is like taking candy from a guy in a white windowless van. It's funny because that's how I met Johnny. He told me he had candy. He was driving a white windowless van. And he also said he had a puppy. But then I realized that's not true because he is allergic. Viper Strike simply says, LA guns, fake.
Why do you think those streamlined things are so expensive?
What things?
Is it called the streamline?
Oh yeah. No, I have no idea.
It's called an Airstream, right? I'm gonna Google it. Wow.
Yeah. Michael Kelly Smith did an interview where he said there's a good chance he would play with Britney Fox. I believe that is bullshit. I think maybe he'll go play with Billy Child's band, but I don't think Dizzy Dean is doing it. And Johnny D is in Doro and lives in Germany.
Okay, here's the answer.
Fighting the good fight. Spirit Medium Daniel makes a very good point. He doesn't speak to the dead. He speaks to those who've moved on. I think that would be great. Maybe if you don't mind, Daniel, and this is up to you, and I mean this with respect, but maybe before the show we can attempt to connect. I would like to do that. And I mean that with sincerity.
Well, the reason the Airstreams are so expensive is because of the quality and the way they're made, aero design. They're made really, really well, real solid, and the way they're shaped, it cuts down on the drag of the air. And they're just higher quality aerodynamic, supposed to be like kind of like a spaceship kind of vibe.
Did you go in? Did you go in and check it out?
I'm just looking at what it's saying online.
No, but when you were at the show, did you go look at it?
I didn't go in there, but
it was really nice.
Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, it
had a really cool feel, and it looked very comfortable. I mean, they decked it all out, obviously, but it didn't feel like you were traveling. I didn't see any windows or anything. It didn't feel like it felt kind of private.
Yeah, I like that.
Ron Zeller is asking if member equals Patreon. They're two different things with similar benefits. YouTube membership is easy. You just go to the front page of this channel and then click join, and that's that one. And then Patreon is through Patreon. Everyone has their own preference. Let's see here. Kim Sullivan says, She can't wait until we come back to Washington. You said that a few weeks ago. Yeah. So it's not. Look, it's not official.
A brand new one is $111,000.
It didn't feel like it was that cool.
Well, that one was probably from like a few years back, but even older ones are. There's one here. It's a 2018 for $140,000.
Well, they deck these things out. You know what I mean? So I feel like you could deck anything out.
Yeah, but these are made like super well. Supposedly the quality of what you get, and it takes longer because they do them by hand. I don't know.
Hey, Eric, thank you so much. He joined. He is now a member, and as always, we give you our sincere thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah. Well, you are now one of us. Gabba gabba hey. We accept you. We accept you one of us. Welcome aboard. Hey, here's Scott Johnson. Scott Johnson was there, and Scott Johnson says it was customized. Definitely, yeah. He was on. Scott was on board. The Streamliner. So, by the way, welcome, Scott. We talked a little bit about the show. Hey, where is this himbo bimbo the shimbo? Where did she go? We met such a nice person, and now she's nowhere to be found. I can't believe that. That's just shocking.
$64,000. That's a little better, right?
You're still looking, huh? You gonna get one?
This one? Well, no. I mean, I wouldn't know I could park it. What I could do is just buy one of those and not live here, and then live next door in that RV park. It's supposed to be the nicest one in Vegas. Of course, I had to get stuck behind it, but
right. Oh, it's nice.
A little bit of an eyesore. I know people are doing that. They're selling their houses and they're buying these things and they're living there, and they say it's better and it's cheaper. And I don't know. I think I need more air. Like I think I get like a little claustrophobic in that. Like, I need more of an open area. Here's one for $200,000.
Jesus. Oh no. You guys are doubting the Shimbo Bimbo Himbo, and she is still here. So there. Of course, this is a real person. I'm going to look up close at her picture so that I can verify it. I'll put on my spectacle eyewear, as these glasses are the strongest glasses known to man. That's not going to work.
Bellagio Sportbook. I'm playing at the Bellagio. It's coming up.
I mean, maybe this is a real person. I don't know. I don't. Johnny's doubting it. In the audience is very involved now. They're all very involved in Shimbo. Wouldn't you guys just be, if this was Miss October 1994 or something? Wouldn't you all be shocked? I don't know what this means. Liam, 4/14 for LA Guns. I think maybe that means you're going to go see them on April 14th. Is that it? I apologize in advance for you having to experience that kind of nonsense. Let's see.
I'm not sitting right for people. I mean, these people are nuts. How am I supposed to sit? I'm trying to get comfortable.
It's not easy. Yeah. I will tell you that one of my goals with this channel is to do a telethon at some point. We'll give the money to a good charity, but maybe to get Shimbo in operation. We will, but I want to do it where we have guest hosts. So people you've seen on the show will each do a shift. So let's just say the stream goes for 24 hours. Johnny will do a few hours by himself. I'll do a few hours. Some of the other fun people that I know who come on here will do it, and it'll be a great time. What do you got going on there, Johnny?
Ghost hunters.
But it'd be fun to see other people host their own time, and see how long we can go and raise money for a good cause. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up soon. I do not believe that Shimbo, the Himbo, the Bimbo will reveal themselves because, as Johnny has pointed out, is bullshit. And Kim, I think, is real, but I don't think she wants to be involved in our horseplay, if you will. We are getting ready to go to Tucson, Arizona, for the Pima County Fair. The lineup in order is Slaughter, Great White, and Stephen Piercy. I hope to see you all there. If anyone would like to buy me a corn dog, I don't eat that. I'm joking. But if you want to go on some rides, if you're at the sound of my voice and you're watching this and you'd like to go on rides with me and possibly Johnny Monaco, hit me up and we will get together at the end. Dr. Paul and Himbo Shimbo are now they're bonding. They are bonding. Dr. Paul, excuse me. There's nothing wrong with that. If you touch a penis that doesn't belong to you and it's what you like, you are allowed to do that. Jesus is okay with it, and so is the Budweiser company.
Oh, those are both wrong.
A spirit medium, you're asking how to. Yeah, you hit me up when we get closer. I won't remember it otherwise, and hit me up, and we'll get together. Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's those travel days are sometimes crazy. That's a long day. I think I'm going to be there all day. So so we'll get back. Kim is a very real person. She wants you to know that. So, Shimbo is very upset now. All kinds of drama. Okay.
It's just,
I think it's funny that we were having a little fun with the chat of people who are make believe. Speaking of robots, I don't know if we did, but I know I see some people who are so. Oh, when are you going to have the guy from Golden Robots back? The world is waiting. Earlier, people were telling me, "Oh my God, when are we going to find the winner?" I'm going to tell you straight, and I don't, which is the opposite of Shimbo, Himbo, Bimbo. Yeah, is that I didn't think the selections were that great, and that's why I'm dragging my feet. I think we have a winner that's good, but you'll have to wait a little bit longer to get the final answer. I think they should have let me listen to everything, not just 20. So anyway, we'll get there. And I do love Golden Robot Records and Mark Alexander Herbert. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, what do we got here? Envy, you get to meet Dana Strum all the time. Well, yeah, I like Johnny and I have had nice times with Dana, and we've shared barbecue with Dana, and I really have nothing bad to say about him. He is a character. I think he knows that, and he's a fun guy and tells great stories, and I don't dislike him. Okay. What do you got going on over there?
I had some Chipotle from yesterday that I didn't finish.
Oh, nice.
Someone bought me lunch, and I just
nothing like day old.
Why is that bad?
Oh no, I'm sure it's fine. I noticed, Jay said that he's been banning people, and I noticed that a lot of the usual assholes are not here, so it must be working. Mickey, I don't know if you want to hear this. She said that Dana gives good shoulder rubs.
Yeah.
Okay. Johnny, the other night, Mickey went out to have dinner with Chips Enough. What do you think about that?
She does what she wants. I don't tell people what to do.
She is a strong, independent woman. I will say, I was a little hurt for you. I was looking at it saying, I don't think that we need to share that. She knows that you don't what you think of.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think it's weird, but I mean, whatever. She's friends with her road manager.
Right. And he's a guy who's been around for 100 years, right? Don't you know him too?
I don't know him. He doesn't like me.
Oh, but did you ever know him?
Nope, never met.
I've always heard his stupid name. He has a stupid name. Why do I know his stupid name?
I don't know. Sure.
Yeah. But anyway, and then I felt bad afterwards. I felt like then I betrayed you by posting my picture with of the original. You know,
Listen. This is why I live out here, because eventually everyone betrays me.
Yeah.
But I will take my revenge. And the world, you will drink from my vein. Oh wait, if I was a vampire, that's what I would do.
After we saw the movie last night, John and I were convinced that Phil Lewis is a vampire. And that
Johnny, come back to LA Guns. Drink from my veins. Oh, Phil, I would love to, but really, it just didn't work out. Oh no. You must. I will open a vein and you will come back.
Oh, Johnny, we need you, Johnny. Don't make it like it's my fault, Johnny. You know what you did.
I didn't do anything except for serve you.
Johnny, please, you go on that show with that buffoon and you say horrible things, Johnny.
I didn't say anything. I can't tell people what to say.
I'm the victim, Johnny. Please, I have to play with Tracy Guns, Johnny. Come back, Johnny. Come back. Join me, and you will live in eternal darkness.
I will open my... Well, Phil, I appreciate that, but I already do live in eternal darkness. It's called Las Vegas, and I'm here, and I don't think you can kill me any more than that, or make me want to live. Who wants to live forever? My hip hurts.
Johnny,
making fun of me on the internet.
Johnny, it hurts. I thought we had something, darling.
No, we do. You're fine. It's just that what am I going to do? I can't just keep doing that.
Johnny, drink from my spoon.
No, wrong. No, you open a vein. Dracula doesn't bring a spoon out.
There's blood in semen, Johnny. Please. Anyway, I'm having a little fun. I think Phil would have some fun with it too. Hold on, I'm going to put Chris in a timeout. Chris, I'm going to put you in a timeout. He's just an asshole.
Missing everything here.
I'm not going to block him. I'm going to put him in a timeout. But I think Phil would have fun with that. I pointed out I try not to say bad things about Phil. We saw each other at the
it's fine.
The bash, and we wished each other a Merry Christmas. He was dressed like Ebenezer Scrooge, but we had. So I'm cutting down on my LA Guns. They do a good enough job being humorous themselves. Anyway, let's see. If anyone else has anything to say or wants to join and get a sincere thank you, we can do that. I kept my glasses on the whole show today. It was easier to read the chat. Just to recap, Renfield, the brand new movie from Universal Studios, Johnny and I give it 2 thumbs up. 2. And we really enjoyed it, and we recommend that you see it. Also, we will be in Austin, Texas on the 21st, and we look forward to seeing as many of you as possible. The other thing is we have the now new YouTube membership program, brand new. Go to the video, hit join. Also, the Patreon is still there. I'm getting new pics to send to people and new photos. We send everybody a welcome kit. Michelle writes it up. I sign everything, and that do the hard part. Actually, I look down to it. And anyway, so that's on Patreon, and we thank you sincerely, obviously. And then I don't know what else is going on. I told you all the people. I don't want to keep repeating it. Go back to the beginning. You'll see all the cool people who are going to be here. Scott reminds you Tucson, Arizona is on the 21st. That's not what I said. Now you know. Himbo is a guy who is pretending to be a girl because they think it's entertaining. And that's okay, by the way. That's their God-given, if you believe in that sort of thing, or Xenu, whatever you like, right. We're just about out of time. We're about 6 minutes away from saying goodbye. This is the portion of the show where I take off my jacket and I throw it to the side because I know my work here is just about done. 149 people. I feel like Jay banned everybody. It's very quiet. Yeah, it's very quiet here.
Yeah, that's what happens, dummies.
A lot of I'm just sharing some comments that I enjoy. Scott Johnson said he's going to see us in Lawton, Oklahoma. I don't even remember that, but I will see you there. Yeah, a lot of shows this year. So far, close to 40, and more being added every day. If you go to officialstephenpearcy.com, you can get the tour dates that have been released. Thank you so much to Carly. Randall, was Johnny in a notable band before enough? Is enough?
I wouldn't say so. I mean, I played with this guy, Matt Mercado, from this band Mind Bomb. But this is a short time we were putting a new album together because he was going to make a comeback kind of thing, but it doesn't really happen. So I was right when after that I went to Enough's Enough. But they have a good album. That album Mind Bomb's good.
All right, so Johnny answering your question. Great to see you as well, Carly. And I don't really mind the assholes in the chat. Sometimes they make for some fun. Charlie says, "Come to Jersey for Christ's sake." That is the home of the Bimbo Shimbo Himbo. Allegedly, we were in Atlantic City. We were at the Atlantic City in New Jersey. I haven't been there in a while. And yes, Viper, I do like to. It's like Mr. Rogers' sweater. I just have my leather, by the way. Yeah. Almost time to wrap it up. I got to figure out. I've got so many things to do. When you don't have a normal life, it's tour managing is always interview. This is the interviews for my channel, but tour managing, advancing, and I'm bad at keeping up with emails, but. Oh, well, Shimbo's apologizing, so okay, maybe I was wrong about Shimbo.
Nope.
Maybe no, Johnny says no way, but it's all rude. I choose to believe that we're okay and that it's that you're a real person and you were born a female. So, boy, this is a tough one. Eric doesn't approve of this. The F-married dispatch game. Eric thinks that it's too risque and that it may offend women. Anyway, I'll play.
Pussycat.
Yeah, listen, Pussycat. Relax. Anyway, I'll do this one real quick. Marsha, Jan, or Cindy?
Oh,
gonna marry.
Not gonna be good.
No, it's an easy one. Gonna marry Marsha. She is super hot. Still is. Gonna have to. This is a tricky one. Cindy is friends with Bobby Blotzer, and
she was also like 9 years old.
Yeah, but we're talking about what they look like now. I've seen.
Are we?
Well, I couldn't answer at the time. I'm going with as they've grown up.
Oh, I thought you answered at that time what they looked like.
No, Marsha then was still even the best. But anyway. I think I'm going to go with Jan and get rid of Cindy for. But she's very sweet. She's very sweet. I have a signed Cindy pop, so who knows? But I'm a Marsha man.
Could have been worse. It could have been Alice in there.
That's how you're supposed to do it. It should have been Marsha, Alice, and like Mr. Brady. Yeah. Mr. Brady, much like Shimbo, the Bimbo, enjoyed. Relations with gentlemen.
Yeah, now that I watch those back, it's hard for me to watch.
Yeah. Hello, kids.
Bobby, if you just talk to girls, maybe they'll be okay with you. They'll talk back, and you'll see that you'll have a good time.
If they put him on a beer can, everybody'd be screwed. Yeah, poor guy though. His whole life he probably wanted to. Be who he is. Yeah.
Right.
And he should have been able to, but I think he had to have beards and things like that to deal with it.
It's a different world now. Now you can tell everybody.
Chris is back, the asshole. I only block him for 5 minutes. I don't think he deserves to be banned. But he says Johnny's homophobic with a question mark. And,
what? Well, no, I'm not. I had a sex dream the other night with a guy in it.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything really for
Singer
me.
for all guns, also Dracula.
Drink
all
from mine. I will open a vein for you. Oh, can we just get the duck over to rice like last time?
Well, folks, I hate to be the bearer of bad news and let you know that Shimbo Himbo Bimbo is a guy, but it is
What?
it's the end of the show. I know we've had so much fun.
Okay.
I'd like to tell everyone sincerely how much I enjoy seeing you every week, coming to you live from Las Vegas, a view of Johnny's refrigerator. It's beautiful. My hand, I got to get a new one. But anyway, we thank you. Super chats, members, super stickers, Patreons, all of you. And Gabba Gabba Hey, we accept you, one of us. We hope you enjoyed our movie review as much as we enjoyed. What do you got there, Johnny? That looks like a nice beverage.
Green tea citrus. Something new I'm trying.
Nice. I like that you have ice and a glass. You're a sophisticated.
Got one glass, one spoon, and a fork.
Yeah. When Phil came over, he didn't use the spoon, did he?
When they came over, I didn't have any of this stuff yet, and he needed. He's like, "All I need from you, Johnny, are 2 martini glasses and some ice." They brought the rest, and I didn't have any of that.
I believe it. Anyway, it's so hard to say goodbye. Sometimes I want to log off. Johnny has no problem. I sometimes wish that it would just be a countdown, and it would just go away. Scarlett would like to know if you quit drinking.
Yeah, I haven't drank in a while. I don't know why. Just bored. You know, I drink. I don't feel good the next day, like the next morning.
Yeah.
Must be something. I don't know. I want to drink. I mean, you're too tired.
Well, I appreciate. Yeah, that's right. I appreciate everybody watching. We bid you adieu. Johnny, would you like to say goodnight to the people?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we will see you again. Hold on. Somebody talking. Chris. Chris is in the chat, and he is talking, and he's trying to be funny. And just before we go, we'll put him back into another 5-minute timeout just for old time's sake and for being a douche. Okay, everyone. Thank you, and good night, everybody.